Welcome to my Japanese lesson stream. Selena's Japanese lesson stream. Tasukete Selena Sensei. Lesson 2. Rizz or miss. Okay. Now, what we're going to be learning through today's lesson is, let's say you go to Japan and you fall in love with a Japanese woman. I'm going to teach you how to successfully rizz her up. Okay? Now, I will also teach you guys, like, the signs. As in, is your rizz actually succeeding? Is it actually doing good? Or you're kind of miserably failing right now. So, we'll see both sides. So you guys can read the room. You guys can actually understand that, oh, I have 0 rizz. This is why I'm bitchless. Okay? So, yes, I picked out this music myself, so. Nick Cage is trying to rizz you? No, this is you guys. This Nicolas Cage is a representation of all you non-Japanese people. He's asking for help. How do I rizz up this Japanese girl? So I'm here to help. So, anyway, without further ado, let's start. Okay. It's kind of cutting out. Let me move this to the side. Or, oh, I can make my, that's the thing. I need to make my webcam smaller. There we go. There we go. There we go. Put it down here. Radomir, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. We're going to start from the basics. Still saying arigato gozaimasu. Stop that shit. That's embarrassing. Okay. We don't say that. Especially when you're a native. The only time you would say this is in a formal situation. Okay. Don't even think about dating in Japan with your Duolingo sounding ass. Okay? Prepare yourself with basic casual convo. Okay? We're not going straight into trying to rizz somebody up. We're going to start off from the basic social skills. Okay? And I want to point out this right here. This is you guys right now. Okay? We're going to grow from this, though. We're going to grow from this. This is you trying to impress a Japanese girl by, harakiri seppuku, bring it on, kind of thing, right? And I want you to see this right here. Most Japanese people, when they see cringe, they will not tell you that you're cringe. They will laugh at you and be like, ha ha ha, get it. But in their head, it's bruh. This is what they're actually thinking. And then later on, she's gonna talk about this to her girlfriend, saying like, you're not gonna believe what just happened. This fucking foreigner. So, I don't want that to happen to you guys, okay? We don't want that. Selena, please, I don't want to face the reality of male pattern baldness. Hey, there's gonna be something more scary than baldness, okay? If you don't pay attention. Next. Start being a yabai gaijin instead by using these terms. So there is a lot of form of saying arigato or arigato gozaimasu without saying the whole thing, word like letter by letter. One of the famous ones being azas. That's like short. Like when you say arigato gozaimasu very fast, this is what it sounds like. And a lot of Japanese men, or women do too, say this, azas. Or you got azas, like the short one, azas. And then the past tense, like thank you for coming, azashita, azashita. And then you got the azamasu, azamatsu. And then it gets shorter and shorter because humans we kind of just get lazy, you know? YZUC, thank you so much for 5 tier 1 subs. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for paying your tuition to my expert course of Japanese 101. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. But yes, as I was saying, it becomes shorter and shorter, right? To the point where it goes, us, us. Now, you would hear this a lot amongst, like, coworkers. Like, you would never, first off, you would never talk like this to your boss. First off, let me just put that out there. We're talking, this is a casual conversation we're going on about. Now, unless your boss is like very super close to you and you're like kind of like friends with them, then that's a different story. But these are kind of the things you don't say to a higher up, okay? But like, let's say you keep somebody keeps a elevator door open for you because they see you coming in, and then you see that, and then you're like, you know, you kind of bow a little bit, just a very small bow, and like, you know, make eye contact, and then go in, kind of thing. And then you got the us is like more casual. You know, it's like your friend kind of thing. Us. And then you got the super advanced level. Like, literally, I'm not even joking. You think I'm like trolling right now. I'm actually dead serious. Or you can make it long too. You kind of hear the before you say the su though. You don't just say su. It's like it's not but it's more like you know. There's a difference. That's like super advanced level, so I don't expect you guys to master that immediately. Okay? How you doing, Daddy Thickums and Fumangu? I don't think I said hi to both of you. Japanese, the language of random onomatopoeia. Exactly. But anyway, cool Japan. All right. Now that you guys learned the very basic way of saying hi, our next step is you smell hella moldy from miles away, bro. Impress that drunk girl you met at Toyoko with trendy words and phrases. 2025 edition. You go to Toyoko in Kabukicho. You go to Shinjuku, right? And you're just hanging out with your white bros, and you find this girl that you find really cute, kawaii Japanese girl, right? And you're like, oh my god, Jesus, my love of my, you know, life desu. She'd be throwing up because she's drunk. But I'm gonna teach you the trendy words, the both internet lingo, but also, you know, younger generation words, because you don't want to show your age, okay? Like, your receding hairline might be showing the age, but we can at least cover that with the way we talk, you know, just a little bit. You can't really cover your, you know, hairline, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, basic word / phrase to start the flow with her, okay? We gotta start the flow first. We're not gonna go in and start gooning immediately. We're gonna keep it as friends first, right? All right. So we're gonna start off with this. The simplest, the shortest form of saying got it. Ri is short for ryokai. Ryokai means Roger. And younger generation got lazier and lazier to the point where they just took the first character of that whole word, ri, and that's it. This is still being used. This isn't a 2025 exclusive word. This has been around for quite some time now. But if a girl sends you that, or that means she confirmed, okay? And you send that back. Kaiwai. There's a squiggly line. That means there's something that comes before that. Kaiwai is literally genre. So, for instance, let's say you are a loser and you play League of Legends. You are LOL Kaiwai. You are in the community of LOL. League of Legends community. You're from that genre. So they will call you that. And hopefully they don't call you that because you're kind of proving yourself that you're not going to get any bitches. But, so in my case, I would call myself Horror Game Kaiwai or Horror Kaiwai because I like horror / horror games, right? So a lot of younger generation does use this, and it's also been kind of a thing where kind of like a lot of younger girls use this as in like saying kawaii kaiwai. So they use the word kawaii and kaiwai, kawaii genre, and that kind of refers to anything that's cute, and like, or girls or guys too that likes anything that's cute, kawaii stuff. Okay. Now the next one, home money. Now you can you notice partially it's English. right? So you're like, what does this mean? What could this possibly mean? Is it money related? Does she want my fucking credit card number? Or my ATM, card? Don't fret. That's not what she's asking for. Honmani means really, but it's Kansai ben. It's a Kansai accent. Honmani. And honmani, the money part sounds like money, like the English word. So I don't know why they would go out of their way to type this long when they can just type 4 characters. But you know what? Younger generation wants to be cute. So, honmani. Okay. So they're asking, really? Like, seriously? Kind of thing. And this one's another famous one. Ane. Ane. This is a short for naruhodo ne. Which means, oh, I see. I get it. Kind of thing. But, naruhodo ne, I guess is also too long to type for the generation now. So they made it short to ane. And this term right here doesn't really limit to text only. Some people say this IRL. Just like how I just said IRL, right? Like, it's not a internet only lingo. Or like an online only, like, exclusive. There are girls who say ane. And then this is also very popular. Sorena, we do say this in person and in text too. Which means like, it's like it's more like, right? Like when somebody says something and you really agree with them. It's like, sorena? Like, yeah, that, like, right? Kind of thing. Sorena? And I guess a good example is if you say, oh, this VTuber man, she's so fucking cute. And she'd be like, sorena? Like, yeah. Like, she agrees. Kind of thing. So, when she starts saying this, you can kind of... it's safe to say that she's actually interested in your conversation / you guys are vibing pretty good. Okay? Chotto mate sensei. What's wrong, Radomir-san? I thought you were raising your hands like, Chotto mate sensei. And I'm like, what is it, Radomir-san? What question may you have? The fact these guys are still pulling is crazy. The fact I have come across this makes my what does that even mean? Hey, we're fine, okay? We're on the good we're doing fine, okay? Stay with me, focus, okay? Next, tsunda. I say this a lot. Tsunda. A lot of gamers say this. I wouldn't say it's a gamer word, but a lot of gamers do say this. Tsunda comes from a term in shogi. I don't know if you guys ever play shogi. I know I haven't. That shit looks hard as fuck. The Japanese chess, right? And tsunda is referring to when you have no more moves. Like, you lost. You completely lost, and there's nothing else you can do. So when we use the term tsunda in a daily life, it means, oh, I'm fucked. I'm done. I can't. There's nothing I can do. Tsunda. I say this a lot in video games. For instance, when I play Resident Evil 0, that stupid ass game, when I get surrounded by those fucking apes and I got no more ammo to get myself out of the situation, it's tsunda. Tsunda. It's over. It's Jover. So it's kind of like Jover, I guess. If you had to compare it to a English term, tsunda is Jover. Okay? But don't say Jover in real life. That's cringe as fuck. Okay? Now this one is a combination. Yokya, inkya. Yo and in. It's yin and yang. So you can kind of see where this is going. Yokya is short for yoki na kyara, which means you are a extrovert. You love talking to people. You are very positive. You're outgoing, optimistic. That's yokya. And inka is obviously the opposite. Introvert, barely socializes. You're kind of, always in your own world. Antisocial, don't want to go outside. Inka. That's most of you, chat. So we're gonna start that. We're gonna have to start changing this, okay? But at the same time, we want to be right in the middle of that, okay? Like, you don't want to be too obnoxious and outgoing, but you don't want to be that loser who's dwelling in the basement. You know what I mean? So you kind of want to be in the middle, you know. So just putting it out there. Now this one I learned recently myself. The YK. I did not know this one existed. It's yokan. And what the term yokan itself means is that it's hard to put in English. It's like you sense something, right? You feel something. Like I sense something. And this word specifically is used for romance. I think, or maybe you can use it for something else. But what I learned was this word, you use it when you feel like you have a crush on somebody. Like you have some sort of feeling, some special feeling. YK, not white knight. I do a Snow White. Yokan, like, oh, is this like? Could this be it? Could this be what I think it is? Kind of thing. So you're kind of in the, oh, I might have a crush phase kind of thing. YK. Okay. Now that you guys learned the basic phrase, like I trust me when I say this, especially ri, right here, and ane, sorena, sunda, these 4 phrases, you will see a lot when you talk to younger girls. And when I say younger, I don't mean minors, okay? If you do that, chat, I'm gonna fucking ban you. I mean, you know, early 20s girls, right? They will say this a lot, okay? So you gotta remember those ones, especially those ones, all right? All right, rizz her up and be that Hollywood gaijin she's dreamed of, okay? So now you're going into the rizzing phase. You're like, okay, I kind of like her. I wanna, that, you know, totally not my bias right there of a white attractive male, okay? Totally not my bias, but now you want to rizz her. Stop making me laugh. Now we're going to go into how to pick her up, okay? Now we're going to start with the first one. Biju iijan. Biju iijan. Biju iijan. Now, this is, I feel like this is a rather newer term, probably back in early 2024 till now. Biju is a short for visual. It's an actual English word, so this one should be easy to remember. Visual, as in your looks. Okay, your looks. Biju. So we're talking about outer appearance. Okay, and ijan means it's good. So biju ijan is literally you're complimenting her looks. Okay, her face, whether that be her face, anything. Usually it's the face though. Biju ijan. So, who doesn't like being told you look pretty or cute, okay? So, make sure you keep that. And plus, again, it's a half English term, so make sure you keep that in mind. Next one. Sokuochi shita. Soku means immediately. Ochi means fall. Sokuochi shita means I fell immediately in love with you. Or it doesn't have to be something as heavy as love, but it's like, oh, you got my heart. Sokuochi shita. So if you want to kind of appeal to her like, hey, you know, I'm kind of into you. But you want to make it also very blunt and powerful. Because, you know, you're that fucking Hollywood gaijin she's dreamed of, okay? She doesn't want that whole, you know, kind of lukewarm attitude. We're not playing games here. You got to be that dominant white man, okay? Sorry if you're not white though. But, so, going straight forward saying, hey girl, I think I fell for you. Not even I think, I fell for you. Sokochi shita. Okay. Now, next one. Oh, gotta go back. Eguchi-jan. Eguchi-jan, it was really funny to me. Because Eguchi is literally a name of a burger in McDonald's in Japan. So I was like, what could this possibly mean? And no, literally, I'm not even kidding. It's like a burger with like, it's a short term for egg and cheese. Egg and cheese something. Egg and cheese burger. Eguchi. So what this means is this is also a compliment. Now this could both be like, this could be your outer appearance, or it can be just your the girl's personality. Like she's just, Eguchi-jan means you are insanely on a different level in a positive way. Like you are just like you can't compare her to anybody kind of thing. So this is like a very ultimate form of holy shit, you're fucking insane in a good way. Yat! Kind of like that. I know Danny boy, but not the American way. Okay, you don't want to scare the hose off. Okay, I told you to be forward, but not that forward. Okay. All right, have some fucking respect for your woman. Okay, calm down. How you doing, Connor? How's life treating you? Welcome back. All right, I said welcome back, but you were never here. How you doing? All right, the next one. Now this one everybody should know because it comes from the term oshi, because I know you guys use that in the English term. I mean, I know it comes from the VTuber culture, but in Japan, this word has been around for the longest time, and it was never only about VTubers. Oseru means I am your number one fan. It's like I can be your number one fan. Like you're that good that you're my oshi, kind of thing. And we do say this like for humans too, not just VTubers. We say this for flesh tubers too. Okay, oseru, and girls say this a lot too. Now this one, nani nani shika katan. As you can see the squiggly, that's where the girl's name comes in. So if the girl's name is I don't know, Yoko shika katan, means you're the only, like you mog everybody. Okay. I'm an NTR Oseru. Kiraz, I'm going to fucking speak to you after class, okay? Come to the principal's office. Anyway, before I got super interrupted. Nani nani shika kata. You mog everyone. Like, you're just, like, the best girl out there, okay? Whether that be Yoko or Satoko or whatever the fuck, okay? Nobody will feel bad when they're being told this, okay? And then the next one, this one's pretty straightforward. This kanji means God. This is called kamitteru, which means you are godly. And this one doesn't specifically relate, it doesn't have to be romance. It can be anything. Like, if your favorite NBA, what the fuck is NBA? Whatever. Your favorite basketball player is doing great, is playing great. You say kamitteru. Oh, he's just godly today, you know? Godly. But girls also like to be, you know, just like any basketball player, girls like to be gods too. Okay, so this is definitely, this term is especially useful because it doesn't really like, it doesn't, what do you call it? It doesn't reek, I'm trying to get into your pants. You know what I mean? Because you would say this to anybody that's cool. So it's not specifically like, she's not going to feel alarmed or she's not going to have her guard up. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so this is like the softer kind of compliment here. Okay, LeBron sama kamitteru, exactly, Genachin. Good example sentence. You're learning. All right, next. Saikou sugi nanda ga means the point here with this phrase isn't the phrase itself. The phrase itself is important too, but the most important part is the question mark at the very end. Now, one thing you're going to notice when you're talking to younger generation in Japan is when they get super excited, they start to make it into a question form. Like, as if they're asking themselves, you know, more than like asking you or anything. You know what I mean? So, saikou sugi nanda ga is like, oh my god, you're totally cool, what? Kind of thing. Like, it's kind of like when somebody, when English you put what in the end of the sentence, being like, holy shit, this is so cool, what? Kind of thing. So by putting the question mark at the end, it kind of gives you the vibe that you are so excited. Like, you're just like losing your mind. And saikou sugi nanda ga, saikou means like you're absolutely great. Like, you're up there. Saikou sugi nanda ga. What? Like when you are stoned? I look, I've never been stoned. Well, actually, that's not true. But I don't know about that part. No, it has nothing to do with being a stoner, okay? It's more of the excitement, okay? Alright? You guys aren't getting the point. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, man. I get why high school teachers start getting migraines, because, like, holy shit. Anyway. Is it true boys say suge and girls say sugoi? That's not true. Because I say suge when I get super excited, which suge is not a very feminine word, so most women will not say it, but we are fucking gamers and we do not care, okay? Women, when they're otakus, when they love anime, when they're like, and especially girls who grew up with boy siblings, they start talking like a guy, okay? So obviously you don't want to say suge in like a formal setting as a woman. You know, it's one of those things, right? You gotta be ladylike kind of thing. But we still say it. Next. This one. This one is also a ultimate form of showing excitement aside from the question mark. This one might be higher than the question mark because of all these commas. You see this? Now, you don't have to put commas, but I put it so that it's easier to read, and this is grammatically more correct. But, ちょっと待って、マジでやばい. Like, you're so excited that you're almost panicking. And you just start talking really fast and long. And obviously, you guys know majide yabai. Majide yabai means like, you know, yabai is a term that could be used both good or bad. So, this can also, depending on the context, this could be something bad. Like, you're so in shock, and then you're like, oh my god, like, I gotta do something about this. Like, it's really bad. So, context is important for this one. Like, let's say the girl sends you the selfie of her in her new bikini. And when you say this, you know, usually it means a good thing. Unless, you know, you fucking hate her photo or something. I don't know. But you want to say this right here on the bottom, and then you want to follow up with the term oseru or kamiteru or saiko sugi nano. You want to follow up with a positive affirmation. So she does know, even though there's a context, and even though she knows it's probably a positive thing, you need to, you know, put something positive at the end so that she knows you're not freaking out because she looks ugly. Okay? So, that's important. Now, next. Let's say all this failed. You fucking sucked. Okay? You just didn't naturally have any rizz. You, as a matter of fact, you fucking scared the hoe. Okay? And these are the things she may say to you. This is not what you're gonna say. This is what she's gonna tell you. Okay? Now this one I did not know. This very first one, I learned that this is a very 2025 phrase. It says, まずはありがとう. Okay. まずはありがとう means first off, thank you. And even in English, you can kind of imagine where that's going. It's like when you know, confess to a girl and she says, first off, thank you. Like, you know the follow-up that's going to happen after that, right? Like, even an idiot can read the room. That's exactly what it means. The funny thing is, she doesn't usually follow up with the secondly. She doesn't say no. She just ends it here. Because she doesn't want to be the one to reject you. So she would say, まずはありがとう. And then that's where it kind of ends. It's like, oh, got it. Joke, psych. I was just kidding. You know? Like, this is kind of a way of, in a sense, to save you from the embarrassment. Which, actually, you're not very saved. Because, again, this is a new form of rejection at this point. So, you got rejected either way. But, not really. No girl ever turned me down. Is it because you never asked them out? Is it one of those? If anyone hits me with that, I'm secluding for the next one. You know, it could be worse, okay? It could be worse. See, I knew it, Sam. I knew it. Which I'm kind of sad. I wish I did. But it could get worse. Because literally, the next one, kimo, is ew. What's the worst you can say, right? Ew. With the LOL, which in this case in Japan is W. Okay? For those of you guys who don't know why W means laugh, LOL, is because W is the first letter for Wara. Warai means laughing. Okay? It's supposed to look like grass, yes, but that's a different one. That's ksa. But this W comes from the word wara. So they just spam W. Okay? Next one is darugarami yamete. Now this one kind of fucking hurts. I mean, it doesn't hurt as being told ew, but this one, darugarami, means, this is hard to explain, but you know when a guy kind of like drags on a conversation, or he just, I don't know, tries to come up with a topic because he doesn't want the convo to end. Like he's still trying, right? He's trying to get the girl's attention still, even though she is clearly showing signs that she is not interested, right? That sort of action is called darugarami. Darui means like dragging, and it's like boring kind of thing. Garami means to try to like what is it called? Not intercourse. We're not there yet, okay? Interact. There you go. Like a really dragging interaction. Okay? So darugarami yamete means stop. So she's asking you to stop, like, stop talking to me, pretty much. Like, stop, like, just, you know, trying to keep the conversation running, because it's not working. Darugarami yamete kudasai is a formal way. Yes, is a formal way. So, I did demon gaming. Pretty much like shut the fuck up, but in a more softer sense. Next one, uza. This one you might hear a lot. Like, I say this too, but it's like when somebody or something's annoying. It doesn't even have to be a sound. It can be just like a situation, like a fucking pain in the ass situation. Say uza. And the fact that she's already saying this to you is, I don't even know why you're trying at this point. She clearly has zero interest, you know. She's not trying to be cute with you. She's not being a tsundere. She just straight up hates you at this point. Okay? So, just stop. Help yourself. Next one. Hey. Now, this one's pretty... It's straightforward. It's nothing offensive. But when a girl just responds with a hey, it's like... When the girl in English responds like, oh, or like, huh. Like, she's clearly not interested. She's just answering for the sake of, I don't know, just being nice, I guess, right? Which, this isn't really nice, but you know. Now this one, muri. This one kind of hurts, because not only because of the word muri, but by putting in front, it's like she's in disbelief, kind of. She's like, oh, kind of thing. Muri means impossible, or I can't do it. So it's like, what? Oh, what? No way. Like, so, like, if you ask her for a date, you know, to hang out or something, and when she says, muri, she's like kind of in shock and being like, no, kind of thing. So that one hurts. That one that scar will last for several years, I'll tell you that. This one is a very Japanese version of a lot of the stuff I told you up here, where she doesn't directly choose the words to hurt you, but she definitely is denying your approach. Enryo shitokimasu. Enryo shitokimasu is like, enryo shitokimasu is actually a formal way of saying, well, it's actually enryo shite okimasu. Like, it's a more, there's a proper spelling, but that's not important here. Enryo shitokimasu means, I'll pass. So this is, you know, if you ask her on a date, and she's like, enryo shitokimasu, and especially this right here, this line, by making it long, you can tell she's very disinterested, because like she's kind of like dragging it. She's like, enryo shitokimasu, kind of thing. She's trying to send you a message without straight up denying you, straight up rejecting you, saying, bro, drop it. You're not, I'm not going out on a date with you. Okay? So there's that. But in general, even if none of these are being said to you, text with 0 emojis or simply her replying with one stamp is a clear note that she is not interested. Because when a girl is interested, we all know this, and some of you painfully know this, girls will engage in conversation, okay? And they will make it cute too, because they want to appeal to you as a cute girl, right? So they would put emojis on the end of their sentence or something. But if she doesn't put any emojis whatsoever, and as a matter of fact, she doesn't even text you, she just answers with an okay, stamp, and that's it, and she never follows up with anything, that's a clear sign that it's over. You gotta move on, bro. It's not gonna happen. So, how would she say I prefer lads, boys? Fuck off. Why are you trying to do that to me? That is a universal language. That's what I'm just saying. Just be careful. Like, even if she doesn't say any of these, because these are pretty straightforward. Like, the fact that she went this far, because, again, let me say this. Japanese people are very non-confrontational in general, and they don't really speak their minds out too much. It's kind of like you really need to fucking use every sense in your body to read the room, to test the waters, right? So many people don't even go to this extent. Like, you're pretty, if you got these out of her, it means you were being pretty fucking persistent. And you lack the social skills of reading the room and catching the signs. So she had to actually take action by using harsher language. Okay? So this is actually like, damn, you really fucking bugged the fuck out of her, didn't you? Which a lot of people online, a lot of men online tend to do. So sometimes, getting slapped in the face like this is needed. It's a wake-up call for a lot of y'all, okay? This is why Pocahontas and Gyaru-coded are easier to deal with. What are you even talking about? What the fuck does that even mean? Anyway, see me after class. Next. Alright. Now let's say you did it. You succeeded. You actually rizzed her up. Okay? You still got it in you, old man. You got it. Now these are the words that she could start using. Old man, yes, we're assuming that majority of the people in my chat are over 25. And yes, when I say over 25, to younger generation girls, the moment you surpass 25, you're kind of going in the Oji-san realm. So, just putting that out there. Assuming you guys are all majority over 25. Anyway, now let's start with the first one. Spadari. Now, can anybody guess what spadari means? This actually comes from English words. They're both English words. Does anybody know what spadari means? None of this is Japanese words. It is a short for something. Supadari. I'm very old Oji-san. It's okay. This is why this class is happening. I'm trying to teach you guys to be not mentally young, because that's the opposite, but you know what I mean. I'll be lucky if I make it to 25. What does that even mean? How old are you? You better not be a fucking minor. Yes, Kira's got it. Super darling. This means that you are the ultimate husband material. If she calls you spadari, you are husbando material. Okay, she is madly in love with you to the point where, like, she start making crazy English words. Okay, so super darling. Because in Japanese, the term darling, we use it specifically for men. Men will not really call girls darling, which is, I don't know, it's a very unique Japanese thing. It's probably like there's probably like context behind that, like old ass roots for that, but that doesn't matter. But darling is usually referring to a man. Next one, chukipi. Now chukipi sounds like a fucking Pokemon, but trust me when I say this, it's not. Chuki comes from the term suki, which means I love you or I like you, right? But they they switched the S with the CH to make it cute, like the sound of you kissing, right? Chukipi. P? What's the P at the end? I have no idea. It sounds like taco P. I guess it's just trying to be cute. Okay. When Japanese girls, when they try to be cute, they put P on the very end. So chukipi. So she's literally calling you her crush, or you can be a crush, boyfriend, like anybody, you know, who she sees romantically. You're her chukipi. Okay. おかえりなさい、あなたご飯を食べお風呂にする、それとも私に。Sam, your Japanese phrase is nice, but that is very old. So we need to start updating that. We need to start updating your manga anime knowledge right now. Okay. How you doing, Manuel? Next one, egui. Now this one goes back to the eguchi. I don't know if you guys remember 2 slides ago, we talked about eguchi. Egui is usually a negative term. It's usually a negative term, which is really fine. Egui, you would, like, for instance, like if somebody shows you something gross, you'd be like, oh, egui. It's like gross, like really grotesque kind of thing. But this word has transformed into the point where egui can mean that you're like, it's kind of like you're disgustingly good, or this is grossly like good. So this is kind of like yabai, where you can be used for bad things and good things. But, you know, again, speaking from context, if she's like already showing good signs to you, and if she says egui, it means she's just really, really fucking with your vibe. Okay, she fucks with you. Okay, not physically, but you know what I mean. Now this one, miroi. Now, if you guys have read Japanese manga, there's an onomatopoeia where we say middle. Middle refers to when somebody is like madly in love with something, or it could be someone, something, whatever, like a hobby or something, or it's usually a person though. But middle, like you are like just head over heels, right? And then by putting i on the end, miroi, makes it so that it's easier to say like I'm feeling really in love with this person. Chou miroi. Or when somebody is like super dreamy, like if you see like an actor and you're like, oh my god, he's so hot. You know, you could say like, I don't know, George Bush miroi. I know George Bush isn't an actor, but I couldn't come up with any random American names, okay? Miroi. And then next one, kyun desu. Now, kyun is also a onomatopoeia, okay? And you see this a lot in Japanese manga when a girl has like a arrow struck in her heart, like kyun. It's supposed to be a sound of your heart squeezing. Kyun. So when a girl says kyun desu, she's like, oh, I have a crush on you. Kyun desu. Literally had Hemsworth slides. Look, I don't remember that guy's name. I only know he's Thor, and that's all that matters to me, okay? Anyway. Now this one, te. This one I remember that I taught you guys back in lesson 1. Now, I know most of you guys are new here, so I will say this again, because this is still active. This word is still very popular. Te. What could this be? This comes from the word totoi. Totoi means precious. Yes. And they crushed that word and crunched it into pieces until it didn't sound like the original word anymore. So now it's called te. Totoi became te. So if she says this to you, she just is like adoring it. She's like, you're so precious. Te. Now this can also be said to non-romantic things too. Like if you have like a Oshi idol or a VTuber, and like if any, or even like a fictional character, like your favorite anime character, you say te, it means like, oh my god, they're so precious, you know, I love them so much, te. So, and then next one, this is pretty straightforward. Spamming yabai. Yabai. Again, this also needs context, but let's say she spams this a lot. Just spamming, like I said right here, just spamming cute emojis and stamps in general, and she says she just starts spamming that word, you know she's like just addicted to you at this point, okay? Like she's going batshit insane, and she's having a hard time calming herself down. So it's like yaba gaijin-san very cool shuki. You know you pretty much got the bag. Is what I'm trying to say. Can you use tete for minerals like that anime? What Zembo? Selena Sensei doesn't quite understand what you're talking about. How you doing, Malco? Selena Sensei, あなたは神ってるです. You don't need desu at the end. 神ってるです. You can just say 神ってる, or if you want to be polite, 神ってます is proper. You don't just, putting desu at the end of every sentence, that's not how you, no. You don't get bonus points for that. You say, 神ってます. That is pretty yabai indeed. Yabai by yandere kind of addiction. Wait, what? Tete for gemstones, that ruby is tete. I mean, it's kind of questionable. It doesn't make sense to say it to an object, but I mean, I guess if you love that object to the point where you start hallucinating that it looks like a girl, then maybe. Also, boss, real quick, what are stamps in JP texting culture? Are they like stickers? Good question, Gene-jin. Yes. For those of you guys who don't know, in Japan, most of our communication method is this app called Line. I think it's a Korean app, or I could be totally wrong, I forget. But it originated from a different country, Asian country. And Japan, most people, probably like majority of the people use Line. I used to use Line too, but I stopped using it because a lot of gamers transitioned over to Discord. So I didn't, I stopped using Line. But yes, the stickers, we call that stamp in Japanese. Line stamp, they sell a lot of, stamps on the Line app that you can purchase. Some are, like, a lot of them are free, so you don't even have to buy. But yes, those are stickers, adjacent to stickers. I've seen Line before. Yeah, I used to use Line a lot too, but the thing I don't like about Line, and I know other apps have this too, is like I hate when I accidentally open a message and like the red, like when somebody reads your message, the red mark pops up, but you didn't want to open the message, but you accidentally, because like then you have to answer, right? Like then I have to fucking answer. Or if I don't, it's gonna make me look like an idiot or like an asshole, right? So, in that terms, I like Discord more. Like, I rather have somebody watching me type, because on Discord, when you're typing, you can see like Selena is typing, right? I rather have somebody seeing me type than have the red there, because it's like, oh, you left me on red kind of thing. So, and it could cause a lot of problems. And guess what? Now, because you asked that, for those of you guys who have Line, let me tell you a very good method of reading a message without leaving red in Line. Not that you guys need this, but just in case, if you ever go to Japan and if you ever come across this, minor inconvenience, there is a way to bypass that. And to bypass, as in read a message without putting red on it, is put your phone to airplane mode and then open Line. That way, you can read the message, but the red symbol will not show up because you're in airplane mode. So that's one trick. That's one trick, because otherwise, it'll always be there. It'll always be there. Like, there is no setting change that you can do. Not that I know of, unless they change things. There is no settings to change that. So, just putting that out there. For those of you guys, for those of you guys who are being stalked by the girl you accidentally messed with that you shouldn't with, and she's spamming like, why aren't you replying kind of thing, just keep that in mind, okay? Because that can happen, like you can mess with the wrong girl, and there is like we all know yanderes exist. Okay? Yanderes exist in real life too. It's not only an anime thing. And the sad part is, it's not cute like the anime either. You know, you can't fix her. I'm just gonna put that out there. You cannot fix a yandere, okay? So, well, assuming all of this goes well, chat. And speaking of, like, you know, yandere, yay! You finally got a girlfriend. However, you have a warning signal that's happening right now. What could this be? Yes, she likes you. Wait, never mind. Fucking run. You fucked with the wrong girl. You precisely, accidentally bagged a yandere. And I want to teach you what yandere girls start saying when things get really, really bad. Okay? Now, the first phrase, 私のこと飽きたんでしょ。私のこと飽きたんでしょ means you're sick of me, aren't you? You're tired of me. You're bored of me, aren't you? Now, this one is a pretty starter. This is one of the starter things that yandere girls say. She's pretty much, obviously she's depressed. You know, she's going in that depression phase. And she's testing the water. She's testing you. By saying this, she's waiting for a response of how you would react to that. You know, will you be desperate? Will you try to prove yourself that I love you? You know what I mean? So she puts herself down on purpose. Okay. Next. This one is, needless to say, a huge fucking, like, you need to fucking run. Okay? I don't even know why I put this on top. This should be on the very bottom. This is crazy, you know? Akachan hoshii na. You know, I want a baby. Run. Run. She starts saying she wants a baby before she wants to even marry? Run. It's gonna be too late. Okay? It's gonna be too late. The fact that she wants something that from you that you can't just delete or erase, a creation of a life between you two, run. Okay. Next one. This one's scary too. 死んでも離れないから. 死んでも means, I don't know, I'm pretty sure this term, you hear this a lot in the animes and stuff. 死ぬ means die. 死んでも離れないから means I'm not going to, like, we're not gonna get separated even after death. Like, I'm not going to leave you even if I die. Now, if that's not scary, I don't know what is, okay? She's like, I am not going to go away no matter what. Like, you will not get rid of me, is what she's saying. Okay? So that is like an ultimate threat at this point. Next one. This one is, you know how when yandere girls, they start off aggressively, right? But when she starts to see this aggression isn't working as much in her favor, or either that or she's getting tired, she will start to say, 嫌いにならないで. 嫌いにならないで is, she's basically saying, please don't hate me. You know that's real. I know American girls do this too. They start aggressively, you know, start testing you, and then she starts to feel bad for doing all that, and she's like, please don't hate me. Like the whole heat, cold pattern, okay? That is universal. And if she starts saying this, you need to be careful as well. Next. This is where it's like, oh, should I call 911 level? It's like, 私なんかいない方がいいよね. Means, you'd be better off if I didn't exist, if I wasn't here. She's now trying to farm sympathy from you, but at the same time, this is kind of dangerous because sometimes they might do something rash, okay? And this might be implying that she's about to do something that I can't say on twitch.tv. Okay. So this is scary. Okay. Now this one. 何々は私だけのもの. And this 何々 is usually your name. So let's say Relador. Relador wa watashi dake no mono means Relador is only mine and mine only. Now the possession happens where you are her thing now. You, like, this is implying you better have no other woman around you. If any other woman touch you or even look at you, you don't know what she's gonna do. You might end up being that bear that she's holding right there. Okay? So, and then obviously the ultimate, oh shit, I need to call 911 is when she sends you a photo of strong zero cans and empty medicine wrappers with zero context. Like, that's all she sends you. You know, there might be a follow-up saying, you know, I did it, or like, you know, goodbye, or something like that. But this is usually a oh shit, I actually need to call the police or the ambulance on her, or just cut her off at that point. You know? It's for your own good. As much as that may sound very ruthless, sometimes you have to protect yourself, you know? Because this is all of this, what I'm saying right here, this is under the assumption that this is all going through text, by the way. She's not saying this in person. I mean, this could happen in person, but I'm assuming this is all going on via text, okay? So while this is still going on via text, you're still safe because you're not around her. But when you're around her, you don't know what she's capable of doing. She could say she could say all this while also, like, she can physically harm you too. So, chat, when this happens, just fucking run now. But because this is my stream, and you guys know me, I am a pro horror gamer, I have to say, unfortunately, chat, you guys have made it to the bad ending. So, and that concludes my Rizz or Miss Japanese lesson stream part 2. I hope you guys have a better ending next time. I'm sorry, you guys, you know, I mean, you guys didn't fumble. You guys got the bag, but you guys kind of got the dangerous bag. You guys got a nitro bomb right there. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Very insightful. Bluetooth earphones real quick though.